Hello and welcome to a new Deity game here with me, Adrenaline. We are turn 37, so quite a fair bit in already, but it's still relatively early game. We have met Granada, we have met Dido. She doesn't seem to be particularly happy with us because we have coastal cities already, I guess. A couple of them. And we've met Barbs. We're going to have to deal with these Barbs before we can set the settler out all the way to see what's over here and trying to make a third. We're also marking out our way to hopefully get ourselves Mahabodhi Temple. We have established a religion, and we are on our way to get there, to beeline to it on this particular civic tree. Our religion is your standard fare of work ethic and pagoda, and we have God of the Sea already. Let's take a look at his kit, shall we? Okay, so Hojo Tokimune. Divine Wind. Very nice. There's my divine win. Land units receive +5 combat strength from the land tiles adjacent to the coast. Naval units receive +5 combat strength in shallow water tiles. Builds encampments, holy sites, and theater square districts in half the time. So it's almost like they're pseudo-specialist districts. Interesting. Except without the hero school. Although it depends, because if you build a good enough theater square or even a holy site, then they will have that as well. Units do not receive damage from hurricanes, specifically hurricanes, not other kinds of natural disasters. Civilizations that are at war with Japan receive a +100% unit damage from hurricanes in Japanese territory. Meiji Restoration. All districts receive an additional standard adjacency bonus for being adjacent to another district. That is incredibly powerful. That might be their best part, that kit. Because with that, you can very easily give any district you like at least a +4, and then when you get +4, you can not only get era scores for them, but also you can give them additional policy cards to boost the resource yields that you are looking for. It's also incredibly flexible because if you want culture, you just make a really good theater square. It is remarkable how flexible and versatile and strong this is. Samurai, Japanese unique medieval era melee unit that replaces the man-at-arms, does not suffer combat penalties when damaged. That's quite nice. Especially if you're expecting either a lot of barbs or going to war, you're going to have a lot of durability of that samurai. So that's really powerful. And the Electronics Factory, a building unique to Japan, provides +4 culture to this city after researching the electricity technology, which is the Get to Privateers boosted one, which is fairly late. I think it might be atomic, I'm not entirely sure on that one. Its production bonus is extended to all city centers of insect tiles that do not already have a bonus from this building type. Usually when you're building factories, it's most likely, at least for me, that you're building a science game, which would want a industrial zone in every single city that you build, not least for wanting to support the terrestrial laser projects that come at the end of the game. So I'm not so sure, except for timing and like what is first, the few turns between you building or buying it for one city compared to another, whether this is particularly valuable, this part, but it's still nice to have. The +4 culture, unfortunately, is something I never usually take advantage of because I don't look to build industrial zones in a culture game. I don't think this would persuade me to build industrial zones in a culture game, even still. And of course, that's because of the appeal, and that's because, I want to be prioritizing other districts like preserves for a culture game, and nice ways to synergize and help further boost and give more value to having high appeal in your tiles in your territory that preserves naturally benefit from, but also then return with their grove offering both faith and culture. So usually I'm not bothering with this in the culture game, but it is kind of a little nice boost for science games maybe to have that extra bit of culture to work with. Okay, so we are over 100 turns in. You might be thinking, that's quite a lot. What's going on? Well, we've met a lot of people. We did, in fact, get our Mahabodhi Temple. We are online with our diplomacy game. However, we found
Yerevan! Woohoo! And you know what that means? Yeah, we hijacked this game too
and turned it into a religious one. Sorry, Diplo, I haven't more than enough of you. But religion, not so easy. So, in the coming turns, you'll get to see how we turn a 100+ turn game, convert maybe is the word I should say in there, so there's less words of turn, because turn can mean a whole bunch of different things, into a religious win con, having yet to actually convert anybody, correct? Yeah. All we have is ourselves. And of course, one of the most important parts of any religious game is to make sure that we convert our government, instead of the diplomatic bound monarchy, to the religious faith-based theocracy. I don't know why it's not letting me see my policies. Now it is. How fantastic. Holy site goes up to here. And then I guess the bonus one, I mean, it depends, doesn't it? Do we have very many? We only have 42 faith currently coming in, so we're going to need to make a huge amount of change to all of this. I guess we can have public works in the meantime. Builders will still be helpful. Might be able to chop a rainforest or a marsh to help get that extra bit of population so that we can house all these holy sites. Just over 10 turns have passed since you last joined us, and already we have over quadrupled our faith output, and we now have over 1,000 faith stored up for more apostle building. We are in the balance with regards to Moksha. I don't think we actually are able to use him in this game, but it feels like it's just out of reach. There are probably a couple more governor positions like this one we could find, but I don't think we're going to find it quickly enough. So instead, we should try and be a little more proactive with our use of Yerevan's suzerainty, which we have indeed established puppeteers Amani to make sure that we have. In addition, we have built a couple of holy sites over here and here, in and around the mountainous areas, to get that extra bit of adjacency and hopefully boost our way to a higher faith yield. To which point we have also adjusted the city's focus so that every single city, even ones which may well require a little help with their food in the immediate future, have a primary focus. That one is building a pagoda, so. But a primary focus on faith, as you can see there. That one's food because, again, we can't build a holy site yet in this one before we level up our population. But for something like this one, that we've already built the holy site for, as you saw, it was only a few turns from that population growth to 10 earlier. We'll be able to use our faith that we generate. We're probably going to try and explore up north, get through Phoenicia first. They don't actually have a religion, so they won't be as hard to contest with as, say, some of these other rival religious civilizations. As we obnoxiously deal with this really irritating caravel destroying my harbor. Why can't we just get rid of barbs? I don't know. Let's take another pot shot at it. See if we can dissuade it from destroying everything. Yeah, I am actually found more land over here to the east. Look at that. Nice. A whole bunch of mercury, and quite a lot of mercury deposits. Holy moly, look at that. Like 5 of them or something. And we fully intend to make more cities, because quite frankly, even though we do have over 300 faith coming in right now, a few more cities, a few more holy sites pushed on to late game. Also, speaking of cities. Phoenicia's Lixus, which is an awful long way away from their rest of their empire. To think the civilization that can move their capital to anywhere, thus basically saving any city from loyalty pressure, are about to lose an ambitious settlement. Because with only 5.2 loyalty left, they're losing it by 5.3. We have 2 turns remaining in the era. So they're too late to be able to save it that way. And sure enough, this will become a free city. I just wish I had Eleanor's ability to take it right now. But we'll see about that one.
Cities just keep falling one after another, don't they? Well,
it's high time for us to take advantage of that, as we have a knight unit. And with all the fighting against Valetta, you have Phoenicia, Inca, Arabia. Everybody just wants to get rid of Valetta and want it for themselves. But nobody bothered to actually go in. So now we can use our knight. And even though it will take a serious amount of damage, Valetta is on 0 health. So, all their hard work becomes our gain. Woohoo! So, in even another city that we can keep. Very, very nice. So, hopefully we can make... Well, we need to repair some of this stuff, but hopefully we can make another holy site. We have a few options here. I think I want to put it here, because I'd want to put like an aqueduct here maybe, and maybe like a commercial hub or something, and make a triangle like this. So let's put it here. That's pretty cool. It'll probably be pretty strong by the end. It is 30 turns though, so we probably want to start off by improving some of these other buildings, fixing them up. We're getting a decent amount of money in, so we could probably also help things along by maybe a barracks and an armory with the encampment that already was built, since Valetta is, of course, a military city-state. And we have ourselves our first array of apostle units coming in, trying to deal with all the other pressure from, you know, Khmer and Arabia and so on. And hopefully add to our 2 civilizations now that we have indeed been able to take over Dido. As you can see, pretty much all her cities have been taken now. So we are on course for victory. Well, it's turn 150. We are a fair ways into the game. Apparently Spain don't like us, but whatever. We don't need to deal with them yet, and hopefully they don't go to war with us when we try to convert their cities. However, we have indeed nicely established 4 more cities on this small little island over here, and been able to make holy sites for each of them. So we're doing pretty well. We have over 500 faith coming in per turn, so we're able to purchase any apostle we please, really. These don't have a religion yet, so that's why we can't buy them from there. But you can see that our apostle purchase is basically married with the generation of faith that we can do per turn. So we can basically buy an apostle per turn at this point, having already purchased quite a few. Speaking of, we have purchased enough to get half of the world on our side. We have been able to convert all the way on this nearer aspect to our main empire to the north with both Phoenicia and the Khmer. And we've also been able to take over both the Inca, and we're in the process of dealing with Arabia as well. Arabia will probably be the next one to secede to our religion, and things looking up. Well, things are hotting up. We've made our way to Scotland. Over here, not exactly the north, but still quite far away from where we started. And speaking of Scotland, I'm afraid the race is on, as they have just started their exoplanet expedition to end the game. So we have 25 more turns. Can we do it? It is turn 164 right now. We still have to deal with both Spain and the Aztecs. And they both have religions, so they both will try to defend their own last bastion of religious contention. And we will have to make our band of apostle units north to try and convert them before time runs out. Alas, albeit late in the game, before the very end, Arabia has decided to take down Yerevan, which means no more choosing of apostle promotions for us. And my experience with apostle promotions is when I don't get to choose, I get the same garbage over and over again that I never want. Pilgrim, orator, chaplain, all the rubbish. So it is sad, but fortunately it's so late into the game that the only civ remaining that we need to convert is indeed Montezuma. The most of the world has already fallen into our plans. There they are, in the north. They have their own religion still, but as we have converted most of Spain, we do have a bunch of apostle units, albeit some on low health, because they've had to fight their way through, coming on over, ready to make the final conversion.
Well, fortunately, before it being too late, we have made it.
With this, you can see that when we press it, it will convert this city at Azcapotzalco. It's Azcapotzalco? Maybe. I don't know. You have to tell me. To barrelism. And when we do, it will end the game because we have done it. We have won just before Scotland get their grubby hands on this race expedition to Mars. So that's not a bad game. It's really nice and tight. And you know what? I've been asked already in previous videos to show perhaps a historical account of the games that we've had. And I think this is a good opportunity to suggest what I would like to do with that recommendation. And what we can do is look through our history timeline and see what indeed transpired and why. We were able to avoid the Dark Age at the beginning. It was on turn 34 that we got the religion that will now win us the game, which, to be honest, is kind of in the middle, on a little bit on the late side for an online speed game. Don't want to be much later than that. And of course, we built this religion based on diplomacy rather than actually religious win con, but we were able to use it nonetheless, especially... Oh, we didn't even get this. Interesting. We were able to start converting. Ah, yes. Hara Hayalaya, which is a Khmer civ, Khmer city. The holy city, apparently, where they introduced their religion, was the cradle of Buddhism, and we took it down. And then we were able to take down Cairo, Arabia, and so on. We were also able to take down Madrid. So, pretty cool look at what transpired, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, comment below. I really am trying to make videos that you guys want to see, and the numbers of late haven't been the best, to put it mildly. And I don't know what I did or didn't do to address what was required of me to keep you entertained. So please, if you still wish to see good top Deity online speed civ content, let me know what you're interested in. Hopefully that was a nice historical summary for you guys, and if you liked it, I'll try doing more in the future, video permitting. Anyway, till then.
We have a basic need to believe in something greater than ourselves. We crave solace in the darkness, and light unto our path. Thanks to you, we found meaning amid the cosmos.